right, welcome to the press conference, Eif head coach Gabriel Xatart. What are your thoughts about this game?
Today, feeling that was a very tough game for us. SJK had two games that probably they deserved a little bit more. And after these two losses, I think they had been very focused from the beginning. And both first half and second half, the beginning of these each ones, we were a little bit not on our best shape, a little bit floppy in some situations, and we concede some easy actions to get the goal, and maybe even on the second half, few actions more that already SJK could score. From this, we wanted to be dangerous with transition moments because they have many players in front of the ball. They press very high, so we have now back Fofana after a very long time, and we couldn't find these very precise moments on the last passes to be a little bit more dangerous. Feeling that we had these situations, but we didn't make it a good combination for that. And after that, with the 2-1, we had these minutes that we could thread a little bit more the area with not many dangerous. We are feeling that on the last games we don't thread very much the opponent goal, and this is one of the weakness for us. And as well, we only could score from this corner side, and against one team that dominates a lot with the ball, is very difficult to compete face to face. And I think it's a well-deserved winning for SJK today.
Timo Fofana came back and played his first minute in Veikkausliigan this season. How happy are you with the fact that he's back, and how would you comment his game? Are you happy with his performance?
Yes, I'm very happy because it's very important inside and outside the pitch for the team, for the club, and of course very happy that as well he could score the goal. Feeling that of course is not on the best shape. It's the first game in Veikkausliiga for a long time, and hopefully step by step he can get on his best level, because will be very, very important for the team.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, welcome to the press conference, SJK head coach Stevie Grieve. Congratulations for the win. What are your thoughts about the game?
First half, I thought we were really, really good. We created a lot of good chances. Obviously, we're 1-0 up after 15 minutes, which is as good a start as I think you could hope for against a good opponent who are difficult to break down. But we had so many chances in the first half, with 10 shots, 6 on target, I think it was. But you know, we've had some really good positions. I think Fatty's had a header inside the back post, or a couple more behind me across the goal. So when they score from the set piece, obviously it's a bit disappointing. We spoke about it at half time that we needed to have a strong reaction as men, and then we come out and we score within 5 minutes of the second half. So Puru, we've been trying to encourage to shoot since we started training in December. His shooting, his technique is as good as you'll find anywhere. And the technique on the goal is fantastic. The fact that he's got the willingness to just take it on from there it shows his confidence. So we played really well. We get to 2-1. I think we have control of the game. We have 2 or 3 more chances that we don't score, and then obviously when you're 2-1, anything can happen. So we had to ride out a little bit of pressure towards the end. We looked comfortable. I don't think the other had anything that really threatened us. We were compact enough. We managed to stop the balls between the lines. We tracked the balls inside the fullback reasonably well. Obviously we were pressing 15 metres inside their half at times and trying to win it back. So yeah, we played with a lot of bravery and conviction in how we want to play every week. So whether we've lost 2 games in a row, I feel like we've played well, and today we just continue playing well and we get the result. So really pleased for Thomas Kalkoa coming on at the end, getting the assist for Jaime. Jaime come back from playing for Nicaragua only yesterday, trained, and then plays 90 minutes and scores in the end. So really pleased with the boys' effort and the way they applied the way we want to play for 90 minutes under a little bit of pressure and scrutiny.
as you said, Pyry Hannula, obviously he has a great shot, but he doesn't use it that much. But what does it take to you? How you can basically, just basically say that, hey, you gotta shoot more. Like, obviously he knows that he can shoot, but what does it take?
He's a pass-first player. His first thought isn't to shoot. If you ask Jaime what's the first thing you want to do with the ball, it's to score. Rasmus is the same, Kasper is the same. Pyry's first thing is to try and make an assist. So we spend a lot of time since December with trying to change the behaviour of certain aspects, about trying to break the line, to rotate, to be free in the position. The positional freedom that we talk about all the time is evident. Like, we've got Tiki and Valentin rotating in the build-up, and sometimes it's two centre midfielders at the back and we rotate, so we're getting good at that. But for Pyry, we don't want to take away the things that make him a special player. We don't want to take away the fact that he will try the most difficult pass when there are easier ones on, because it might be the one that's most advantageous. But we said to him just before we came out at half time, if you see anything within 25 yards and you've got a clear sight of goal, please shoot. And thankfully, the first time he had a clear sight, he smashed it in the corner. The biggest thing is, like, if you watch the warm-up, he might be one of the best finishers in the country. Like, he can whip it literally anywhere in the goal from any position. The free kick he scored against Oulu, I think he scored against Haka, I think it was, or Coops, I can't remember exactly, in the cup, but he can put the ball wherever he wants. Like, his long-range passing, short-range passing is incredible, but when you get within, 25 yards of goal, we're trying to encourage him to shoot. We don't want him taking bad shots, but anything with a clear sight of goal, we encourage him every day, and some of the things he does in training, that's not a surprise. We've seen him do much better in training, but it's trying to encourage him to be pass first as he currently is, but to take on more shots and trust his own ability. I think if he trusts his own ability more, he'll score double figures of goals, because his finishing is incredible.
The next game will come soon. It's on Saturday in Suomen Cup. And what do you think? Obviously, you guys are playing really good at the moment, but what are the things that you really need to improve when the season goes on? Not just Saturday, but obviously we have to talk about this, but still.
How many chances did we have against Mariehamn in the first half? 3 or 4 good ones.
Many.
Against Hoiko, how many chances did we have? Again today, how many chances did we have? So I believe in, if you keep creating the chances, eventually that'll flip and it'll score. We're creating more chances than we score, of course. Our conversion rate's not too bad. I think we're one of the only teams in the league where the expected goals is significantly higher than the actual goals. So I think if we just continue to play with the way we are, and we continue to create the volume of chances that we are, and maybe we spend a little bit more time working on the specific movements in and around the box to finish the chances, to refine the technique, then maybe we improve upon that. But this is me saying that to you, is not something we haven't spoke about internally for a few weeks. We're getting enough chances, we just have to be clinical and put them away, and I think if we do that, then we'll stay on the right track as we currently are.
Any thoughts on Ilves so far? Obviously they are playing really good.
Obviously I coached against Jona last season when he was at Nistan. They played an interesting style. They brought the fullbacks in. They had a lot of possession. They used Markkinen as a target man well. This year it's slightly different. They don't have the target man to play and link from. They build up in the 3 really nicely. Pikkarainen's passing through the lines is obviously very good. Arifi and Popovic are so good in small spaces that they can just bounce passes around, and then when they've got Veteli, Mulimäki and Harala floating between the lines, they're such good players. We have to give them a lot of respect, because the style of play that they have, they've got 5 up front and you're a solid base of 5 to build from. So they're one of the more, I don't know if enjoyable is the word as an opposition coach, but I don't get bored watching them when I have to watch them playing against somebody else that we might be preparing for. So I think Jona's done a good job. The players have adapted this season really well. Obviously they've brought in a lot of good players, so it'll be a good game. I think in terms of an advert for the league, it's probably the best cup draw you could probably have asked for in the new stadium and going to Ilves. So yeah, they're a good team, they're a good opponent. Obviously we beat them here in the league, and we managed to dominate the pockets that they wanted to play in and control the areas they wanted to play in, and they threatened us a little bit towards the end, but it was probably the game where we had our least effective attacking performance, which we've improved since then. So yeah, they're a very good team. I think in terms of like interesting styles of play that go against each other, us and Ilves it's a good game to watch, because they're very fluid and possession based and attack minded. They counter press really heavily. Their pressing is really aggressive. They've got a lot of power and strength in the team. So yeah, good team, well coached, well organised, good players. But so are we. So I think it'll be a good advert for the cup on Saturday.
Tuomas Kaukua, well, first of all, congratulations for the victory. But Tuomas Kaukua played his first Veikkausliigan minutes for this season, and he assisted a goal. What are your thoughts about his game today and the year for him so far?
He was in the army when me and Tony first started, so he was away. I think he maybe trained one day every 2 weeks, and then it would be one day a week for a little period. So he was a bit stop-start, and then when he came back from the army, he hurt, I think, his heel or the pad on his foot. Couldn't put any weight on his foot until maybe like 2 weeks ago. So the last week he looked good in training. He looked a bit closer to himself, and then I would say the last couple of days he looked like the player that I would hope he would be. Very direct, good 1v1, the acceleration and to be able to find a pass on the run is there, which we saw with the assist at the end. So he brings good energy. Obviously he's experienced within the league for being a young guy. He's played a lot of games. So yeah, really happy that he's back, really happy that he's been training at a good level and getting close to what he can be. And I think, you know, once he's fully fit and has an actual run where it's not interrupted with injury or army or any other things, then I think we'll start to see a really good player again.
Swedish media Expressen wrote that Aiko and Djurgården might be interested to sign Pyry Hannola. How would you comment that?
That goes to Richie. It goes above my head. For me, Pyry has always had the potential to be a player that goes to one of the top leagues in Europe. So the things we've seen of him this season, if there are big teams in higher leagues that are interested in him, for me it's not a surprise. Pyry can go all the way to the top. Technically he's unbelievable, his vision, his game intelligence, his fluidity is top level. So I'm not surprised, is the way I would put that. If it goes above my head, I don't get involved with these things. That's for Richie to do. But if there are big teams interested, I'm happy for him because he works so hard and he's a great boy. And you know, if he keeps playing the way he is doing, then you would expect interest. So if that's the case, then he's earned it. He deserves some interest from other clubs and other leagues, and we would love to keep him, is what I would say. I think I'd love to work with him further and try and help develop him further. So yeah, I would love for him to stay, but these sort of things are out of my hands.
Thank you.
All right, that's all.
Kiitos. Right, have a good night.